Hello there. Today's video is a little bit different from what you're used to. I wanted to share with you my journey as an artist and how it is evolving due to some minor limitations. While I discuss this topic with you, I'll be working on my very first pastel painting. It is a portrait of our beloved dog Joey, who passed away in 2019. It's been quite a while, so I think I should get going on it. And this is the photo I chose to paint. So, where to start? I'll have to say I've always been artistic ever since I was little, either with drawing or creating things. And here's an example of one of my drawings of a horse, which I thought was pretty good for 6 years old. And my sevens are backwards, which I thought was pretty funny. Along with art, I also had a love for animals. So for a career, I ended up going the animal route, which I am a certified vet tech and have been for over 30 years. I went part-time after having children, and after they were both in school, I found myself needing something else, and that's when I discovered wire wrapping. And I can't believe that was about 20 years ago. My mom and I had gone to a silpada party, which was one of those home party things. It was kind of pricey, but that party sparked us into looking into how to create jewelry ourselves. My mom wanted to learn about metalsmithing while I went the wire route. I didn't have a lot of room or a lot of money to invest into all that fancy equipment, so I just purchased a set of tools, some beads, and some wire, and started practicing. Finding learning resources was kind of difficult back then. I found myself plummeting down the internet rabbit hole looking for instruction. YouTube wasn't really a thing back then. I really had to search. I came across a few things, but I'm mostly self-taught. So, speed ahead 15 years later, after creating many things with wire to sell at markets and whatnot, and also back working full-time as a vet tech, where I'm always using my hands in a repetitive fashion, for example, trimming nails, I found my hands weren't working as well as they used to. I couldn't justify staying in business because I just couldn't make enough to make it worthwhile. And that's when I started looking into not only YouTube, but also passive income streams from graphic design, such as merch by Amazon, Redbubble, TeePublic, and Society6. I purchased an iPad, downloaded Procreate, and started creating that way. I got accepted into Merch by Amazon, and ever since I've been uploading designs on not only Amazon, but Redbubble and TeePublic. And then YouTube. YouTube, I hemmed and hawed for a long time. YouTube was scary. YouTube, I had to figure out how to create things within camera view. I had to learn about taking videos, and then I had to learn how to edit videos. So that was a long process, but I finally took the plunge. I started off with voiceless videos and worked my way up to talking, which I'm not a good talker, so it took a lot to get me to start doing that. I learned along the way as far as how to take better video, how not to play music. You guys were very helpful to me in that way as far as the constructive criticism. I really appreciate it. So anyway, my goal with the YouTube channel and the graphic design was to make some extra income. I knew being a full-time vet tech was not sustainable for very much longer. It is a very physical job. Not only was I having issues with my hands, I was having back issues as well. But you need patience with these online income streams. It definitely is a marathon and not a sprint. The criteria for YouTube in order to be monetized is 4,000 hours of watch time and 1,000 subscribers. And you need to be very consistent. And it took me about a year to reach that goal. And even still, while I was creating videos for YouTube, The thumb on my left hand just kept getting worse. At first I thought it was tendinitis, but when I went to the doctor, he broke the news to me that it was bone-on-bone arthritis in my CMC joint, and I was just shocked. That was a hard pill to swallow when I heard that. I didn't know what to do at first. I'm grateful that the occupational therapist made me a custom splint that I still wear to this day while I'm making jewelry. It really helps keep me from using that joint. I've also adapted by using tools to assist me. I've incorporated clamps as like a third hand to hold my projects as I work on them. The wooden ring clamp has served me well, along with the cushion clamp that you may have seen in previous videos. Even with tools to help me, I can only manage about one piece a week. Let me know if you have any other suggestions that will help out. The ultimate surgery would be reconstructive surgery, which I'm not interested in at this time. I did try denervation surgery, but it didn't work as good as I thought it would, unfortunately. So you may have noticed that I've been dabbling with other art forms. Thanks to YouTube, collaborations, and my graphic design income streams, I am able to explore new mediums. Obviously, pastels, resin, also watercolors, polymer clay, photography, and others. These different forms of art don't hurt my hands as much. If they do, it's in different ways, and that's what I like about it. I can switch from one media to a different one if need be. So I'd say for the past year, I've been teaching myself and learning how to work with resin and polymer clay, paint pouring, watercolor, all that stuff. And I would love to eventually incorporate all those into my channel somehow, which I already have been doing, but I've noticed the algorithm doesn't seem to like it at all. Back when I started YouTube, I knew I needed a very specific niche, but my channel, I always had the "and art" at the end of my channel name to hopefully, eventually, when my channel was big enough, I want to incorporate more art as well. I also have to be honest. I get a little bored. If I'm working on the same thing for too long, I need to switch gears. That's another reason why I'm so excited about learning different art forms. I don't like to be tied down to one thing. Like this pastel portrait, for example. Once I was done with it, I'm done with pastels for a little bit. Time to move on to something else. What I want viewers to know is that I am not giving up on wire wrapping. I am hoping you will embrace this journey I'm on. If you are an artist whose hands or body don't work the way they used to, I hope this reminds you that there is still room to create. Thanks for spending time with me today, and I hope you enjoyed this style of video. What do you think of the portrait? Did I do all right? Have a great week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.